Thousands gathered to bid farewell to fireman Adib. More than 46,000 illegal immigrants arrested since January. You're watching News on 2. I'm Jessica Lee. Fireman Muhammad Adib Muhammad Qasim was laid to rest at the Asada Mosque Muslim Cemetery in Kampung Terbengau, Kuala Kedah around noon today. Thousands of people, including his family members, relatives, friends and colleagues, flocked to the mosque to pay their last respects to Adib at the funeral. The body of Muhammad Adib was flown over by a helicopter from Subang early this morning and arrived at the field of Sekolah Kebangsaan Terbengau around 10:30 a.m. The body was then ferried in a van to his family's house, which was about 1 kilometer away, to enable families and friends to pay their last respects. A somber atmosphere and gloomy weather engulfed the funeral, which was carried out smoothly. Also present to pay their last respects were Sungai Petani MP Datuk Johari Abdul, Ministry of Housing and Local Government Secretary General Datuk Sri Muhammad Mentek, as well as Fire and Rescue Department officers and personnel. Meanwhile, the Dewan Negara earlier today observed a minute of silence and expressed its condolence to family members of fireman Muhammad Adib Muhammad Qasim, who died last night due to severe injuries after being attacked during a riot at the Sri Maha Mariamman Temple at Subang Jaya, Selangor on the 27th of November. Muhammad Adib, 24, died at the National Heart Institute IJN at 9:41 last night. Senate President Tan Sri S. Vigneswaran represented the Senate in expressing sadness at the passing of Muhammad Adib.
Allahyarham Muhammad Adib bin Muhammad Qasim telah mengorbankan dirinya demi berkhidmat untuk negara. Beliau adalah seorang wira sejati, wira negara. Pengorbanan insan yang mulia ini demi keamanan negara amat mengharukan. Semoga peristiwa yang berlaku ini menjadi pengajaran buat semua rakyat Malaysia.
Besides the message of condolence, he also hoped that all family members of the late fireman and staff of the fire department would be strong in facing the situation. All members of the Senate then stood while Muslim senators recited the Al-Fatiha and observed a minute's silence. The Dewan Negara was today told that the Defence White Paper, which will be tabled in Parliament next year, will cover the aspect of welfare of the family members and veterans of the Malaysian Armed Forces, ATM. Deputy Defence Minister Liew Chin Tong said the White Paper will outline the capability, direction and strategy of national security.
Untuk kertas putih, salah satu isu jangka panjang ialah bagaimana kita pack peruntukan untuk pertahanan dengan peratusan GDP. Itu kalau kita boleh capai sampai tahap itu di mana kita pack dengan GDP, itu akan jadi satu pencapaian yang besar.
Elaborating further, Liew said the ministry will hold a National Veterans Council meeting, which will be the first meeting held since the Veterans Act was passed in 2012. The discussion will mainly focus on an ongoing study regarding ATM pensioners' retirement gap before and after 2004, as well as reviewing the sailing allowance for the Royal Malaysian Navy, TLDM, which is considered much lower than other nations. Conclusions of these studies will then be taken to the ministry for further action. In another development, Liew reiterated that the Defence Ministry does not wish to participate in any form of verbal confrontation in regards to the Malaysia-Singapore maritime dispute. Rather, he said the two neighbouring countries should resolve the issue through a negotiation platform.
Singapura memang ada pertimbangan dia ada mungkin ada pilihan raya tahun depan, dia ada pertimbangan dia untuk tersendiri, tapi bagi pihak Kerajaan Malaysia, kita tidak ingin ada war of words, peperangan secara mulut dengan negeri Singapura. Kita tak masuk perangkap tersebut. Memang tentera kita bersiap siaga, senantiasa bersiap siaga, tapi isu ini telah ditangani oleh Kementerian Luar.
He said this in response to a question by Senator Hanafi Mahmad, who asked about the ministry's response to Singapore's Defence Minister's statement on the matter. The Foreign Minister previously informed that Malaysia and Singapore will have talks early next year regarding the issue of the Johor Bahru port limits. Perak PKR Deputy Chairman Dr. Lee Boon Chye has advised Nurul Izzah Anwar to reconsider her decision to resign as Party Vice President and Penang PKR Chairman. Now, Dr. Lee, who is also Deputy Health Minister, said Nurul Izzah should not quit as he sees her as a vibrant young leader whose leadership qualities were a great asset to the party.
I do hope that she reconsider her position. She's a great asset for the party, and she's a great asset for Pakatan Harapan and great asset for the country. I do hope that she can continue to serve. Whatever it is, we respect her decision, and I'm sure she had great role to play now and in the future.
Dr. Lee said this when met by reporters after attending the launch of the World Bank's economic report in Kuala Lumpur. The Education Ministry admits it is still tough for vocational college graduates to obtain jobs in the government sector. Now, this is due to the fact that some of the courses offered in these colleges have not been accredited by the Malaysian Qualifications Agency, or MQA. Deputy Education Minister Teo Nee Cheng therefore expressed hope that efforts to have all courses in vocational colleges be fully accredited under the new Pakatan Harapan PH government.
Memang mempunyai masalah sikit kerana khusus yang ditawar di college vocational kita banyak lagi yang tak dapat akreditasi penuh. Tetapi kita memang dalam usaha untuk mengatasi masalah ini dan harap bahawa pada tahun depan isu ini dapatlah diatasi.
Speaking at the Parliament, Teo said that on October 16th, the Education Ministry was informed that around 615 programs have so far been submitted to MQA for accreditation since June 2016. Currently, only 510 programs were given temporary accreditation, while 428 programs were accepted for accreditation evaluation, while 54 programs are in the process of getting fully accredited. More than 46,000 illegal immigrants have been arrested through various operations conducted by the Immigration Department since 1st of January this year. Immigration Department Director General Datuk Seri Mustafa Ali said currently there are less than 9,000 illegal immigrants at the immigration detention depots, while the rest have been sent back to their countries of origin and compounds issued to them. Datuk Seri Mustafa said the Immigration Department is currently expediting the repatriation process of illegal immigrants as their depots are getting crowded and the department had to bear the food and medical expenses.
Lebih 15,000 operasi yang telah dijalankan dan hampir 1,400 orang majikan yang masih berdegil menggajikan melindungi pendatang asing tanpa izin yang telah kita ambil tindakan.
The Director General said this after launching the Immigration Day 2018 celebrations at the Kuala Lumpur International Airport, KLIA, in Sepang, Selangor. Two individuals pleaded guilty at the Johor Bahru Sessions Court to the charge of making false claims 4 years ago. Noor Hazra Jamil, 34, and Azil Afandi Said Rahmat, 32, made their plea after the charge was read in front of Judge Kamaruddin Kamsun. The first accused, Noor Hazra, who was a former youth and sports assistant at the Youth Development Centre in Segamat, Johor, was sentenced to 14 days imprisonment and a fine of 20,000 ringgit, while the second accused, Said Azil Afandi, who is a contractor, was sentenced to 7 days in prison and a fine of 10,000 ringgit. Noor Hazra and Said Azil Afandi was charged for deceiving an administrative officer at the State Secretary Office to approve a payment of 3,000 ringgit for the supply of invoices for S.A. Afandi Enterprise dated 19 and 28 November 2015. Both the accused allegedly committed the offence at the Segamat Youth Development Centre. They were charged under Section 109 of the Penal Code and sentenced under Section 417 of the Penal Code. The case was handled by the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission MECC prosecuting officer Nur Sharina Raiza, while both the accused were unrepresented. A tanker was detained by the Malaysian Maritime Enforcement Agency or MMEA some 1.5 nautical miles west of Tanjung Pi, Johor for anchoring without proper authorization. Johor MMEA Director First Admiral Aminuddin Abdul Rashid, when confirming the matter, said MMEA enforcement officers detained the vessel around 2:40 p.m. yesterday. First Admiral Aminuddin added that the locally registered vessel also failed to inform the authorities of its arrival in Malaysian waters. He said further inspection of the tanker found that it was carrying 9 crewmen aged between 20 and 47 years old, comprising 3 locals, 5 Indonesians and a Myanmar national. The case is being investigated under Section 491B, subsection 1L of the Merchant Shipping Ordinance 1952 for anchoring without permission from the Marine Department. Coming up after the break, industry players urge to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. The 2020 campaign will be revised once again to ensure optimum returns to the country. Deputy Tourism, Arts and Culture Minister Muhammad Bakhtiar Wan Chik said the campaign will focus on high-impact marketing strategies. Muhammad Bakhtiar said that terms of reference will be used to ensure the planning made will be in line with the campaign's objectives.
Sektor pelancongan dan kebudayaan akan dipacu sebagai pemangkin pertumbuhan sosioekonomi yang mampan melalui permekasaan, pemuliharaan dan pemeliharaan seni, budaya dan warisan negara.
Speaking in Parliament, the Deputy Minister further noted that tourism products will also be given an added value and focus to create more competitiveness. He further noted that there were also a few promotional programs that have been planned to increase the number of tourists from China to the targeted 3.48 million people set by the ministry. The Energy, Science, Technology, Environment and Climate Change Ministry will continue to encourage various industry players on ways to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. Its Deputy Minister Isna Raisa Munira Majlis said among the encouragements are recycling and the generation of renewable energy.
Kita beri pelbagai galakan ya dalam kita menggalakkan pelbagai galakan untuk kita mengurangkan pelepasan GHG ini di bawah sektor-sektor utama. Yang tadi saya sebut antaranya macam menggalakkan penjanaan tenaga boleh baru di bawah mekanisme FIT. Ada juga penjanaan tenaga elektrik boleh baru di luar mekanisme FIT.
Speaking in Parliament today, Isna Raisa Munira said the ministry will work together with all other ministries to create an agreement on ways to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. And attention will also be given to issues pertaining to logging activities, which includes replanting trees and create more forest reserve as an effort to control greenhouse gas emission. Isna Raisa Munira has acknowledged that forest exploration activities contributed to the failure to control carbon emissions. Kuala Lumpur City Hall, DBKL, will be using the B10 biodiesel for all its diesel vehicles starting today. Federal Territories Minister Khalid Abdul Samad said some 813 vehicles would be using the B10 biodiesel, which is a blend of 10% palm methyl ester and 90% petroleum. Khalid also announced that beginning next year, DBKL would be taking over operations of the Go KL buses from the Transport Ministry with an estimated cost of 20 million ringgit a year. Starting 1st of February 2019, he said a possible new bus route could be opened either between University LRT Station to the People's Housing Project, PPR Sri Pantai, or Tun Razak Terminal to Mindef.
Pemilihan laluan baru bas Go KL adalah seperti berikut, iaitu yang pertama keutamaan kepada golongan B40, cari yang rumah PPR, rumah PPAM dan sebagainya lah. Ya, kawasan-kawasan perumahan sekitar perumahan kos rendah PPR, perumahan awam PPA dan kompleks-kompleks kerajaan. Ya. Kawasan yang mempunyai kepadatan penduduk yang tinggi, itu pun antara dia kriteria. Terdapat permintaan yang tinggi berdasarkan data terkini.
Speaking to reporters at the launch of the B10 Biodiesel Initiative at Menara DBKL, Khalid said DBKL and the Malaysian Palm Oil Board had previously collaborated on a study in 2014 to test the B10 biodiesel with 50 DBKL vehicles. He added that the study, which lasted 3.5 years, went well with no technical problems. On to, in our top story, thousands gather to bid farewell to fireman Adib. And we extend our deepest condolences to the family of Adib. Join us again at 12:30 tomorrow afternoon for more updates. Till then, I'm Jessica Lee. Thank you for joining us.